Okay, Dad, since you can't go outside without filling out a form, I'm going to take you on a fun little video of our outside. This is right outside the back door on a deck, and little Sam Pot and I are going to take a walk. And this is our kitchen window. And there's the little hummingbird feeder. And then down here next to the deck, that's Wayne's. This is a green pepper, and this is the yellow squash plant that he planted. They're both doing really well. And here's the 2 tomato plants, and the white stuff that you see on the ground is sand that Wayne mixed into the dirt because he read where that would make this hard clay soil softer and more pliable for the plants. So we'll see. And then if we go to the back end of the house, here is our lovely Rosa Sharon hibiscus plant, and it doesn't bloom in big flowers until late in the summer, but it just started getting its leaves. We planted it when it was about 1 foot tall, and now it's about 6 foot tall. And well, I won't go all the way there. Let's turn around neighbor's house, and here is the maple tree that we love, and it's had some problems, but Charlie from Eagle Creek Nursery has come several times and cut back the problems on it, and it's still flourishing, so we're happy and we love that tree. I always look at all the trees, and I feel them, and I tell them they're good. It's a good tree. Okay, and look, the cypress, the bald cypress tree is flourishing, and it's got all its hair on it. That's what I call it. And I love to come up close and feel the hair. It's really soft. And the trunk is getting its characteristic knees, they call it. And then we come to the red horse chestnut tree that I sent you a picture of, and it's since bloomed, and you can see where the red flowers were. They're falling off now, of course, but it's still beautiful. And then right next to our neighbors have beautiful big old blue spruce where lots of birds like to nest, and then they come and eat at our feeders. And they got a huge maple tree too where they like to get. And here is our 3 yellow rose plants. They're doing great, and they have some blue buds on them, and there's 2 little, you can see we thought we lost 2 of the plants, but there's the little root ball, and I just noticed this fresh growth on it, so it looks like it's going to come back. And similarly, over here is another one we thought we lost, and I'm glad I didn't pull up the roots because it's growing again. So, good deal. And then, you see we got a real nice view. Neighbors got nice trees and yards too. They got 2 willow trees each in the corner of their yards. And then if we go over to the other corner of our backyard, there's Mr. Willow Tree. Unfortunately, he has a big branch at the top that decided to break, and now it's got some dead on it that we've called Charlie from the nursery to come and cut down. But I still love Mr. Willow. He's thriving otherwise. Sam Pot is doing what Sam Pot does best. He protects the house and property. You're good, Sam Pot. It's a very good Sam Pot. Deep, deep, deep. And I always like to come up real close to Mr. Willow and look at the lovely big trunk. It's peaceful and shady underneath Mr. Willow, and he provides shade to the other rose plants back here. This is the pinks and the yellows, and, or excuse me, the pinks and the reds. And if I go up close to a couple of these, this is a peach one. You can see, well, there. Look at those big old buds. We got buds like that on all these roses. They're gonna pop someday soon. So I did a good job of pruning them early on so that we would get the most growth out of them. I'm getting better and better. I look at videos on YouTube every year. There's some more buds. Lots of buds. Okay. Neighbor's got a really tall tree. I think that's a maple. And they got 2 Bradford pears that are really tall. That's one. And there's the other one. And then, now they're much older than ours, but here's our Bradford pear tree. And it's twice as big as it was when we first got it. It's really, really going strong. I like to get up underneath all of our trees. Oh, there's our bird feeders. If you look really close, you can see a birdie, a little finch, decided to come, and he's contemplating pecking his dinner. Oh, he flew away. Sandpot got too close. There's Sandpot. All right. And here's this trunk of the pear tree is probably, I'd say, 8 inches in diameter. And when we got this, it was probably 4 inches in diameter. So it's really, really looking good. It's fun to stand under our trees and look up at them. And then up at the side of the house is our, oh, it's in the shade, but our lovely 6 lilac bushes that we planted and we're so proud of. We still are. They are just growing like gangbusters. And I think you can see them pretty good here. They are about 2.5 times as big as they were when we first bought them and had them planted. I think it's been 2 years ago. And I just came out here yesterday and weeded the surrounding area so it doesn't have any rotten weeds in it. And then I will briefly take you out front. Okay, maybe you can get a better look at the beautiful lilacs. You and Wayne are probably, and Mom, when she was with us, are probably the only ones that I know of who love bushes and grass and plants and flowers and trees as much as I do. You're the one that most love them, you and Mom. And you pass that along to me. These are the giant fire bushes in our front yard, and I'm going to attempt to trim them. They do need trimmed. And then here's one of the wonderful, glorious, huge maple trees in the front yard, and this is the one that has the robin's nest that I showed you a picture of. I'm not at a good angle to get that, but try a little bit here. Oh, you can barely see it. Well, I'll try to come in at a different angle here in a minute. Come around front. And also these boxwood bushes around our light in the front yard. Wayne planted those when they were 6 inches tall, and now they're about 4 feet tall. And we are going to now, they're good and thick, we're going to trim them into a nice roundness so they'll look really manicured. And there's the other big fire bush, and there's a nice juniper bush in between. And then there's some chickens and hens there. Let me try again. We have a nice front door, don't we? Let me try again to get this robin's nest again. There it is. Well, I'm not going to be able to get it. Aha, here we go. There it is. But she's not there this time. So anyway, then quickly, because the video is probably getting too long, there's the other fire bush and the other lovely huge maple tree. I cut some branches off the other day. I've become an arborist myself. The low-hanging branches, and they're laying on the ground here, and I need to get them up. But these are the other rose bushes, and they're full of buds also. And boy, there's some huge buds. I think this is the white one. These are the white roses. Can't hardly wait till those come out. And no, these are peach. There's some orange ones there, there's reds and mauve ones and white ones around front, and I forgot what color these are, but they're gonna all come. And then here's the ones on the side. These will all be deep pink, except for the one on the trellis. That's the climbing yellow English rose, and they all have, I've been working with it as it grows to weave it in and out of the trellis so that it has a place to climb. Looks like it's doing really well, and so are all the roses here. And so now I think I'll end the video, and Sam Pop would like for me to come back there with him. So hope this gives you a little bit of joy today. Love you, Dad.